What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're gonna have us a good old time tonight. I'm your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today to hang out with your boy as we talk about all this movie news and fun stuff that happened over the week. So we have got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna give you my Alien Romulus review, which is now in theaters. Spoiler free, of course. I will also talk about, we got a Kraven update, yay. And of course, which most of you are probably looking forward to, we have got to talk about Beau DeMayo and all the drama that is going on between him and Marvel. So I will break that whole thing down, and we will get into that. And then of course we have some other good stuff that we'll be talking about as well. I do have something I want to give to you guys first, in case you have missed it or in case you did not know. I've been posting on the socials. I tell y'all gotta follow me on the socials. That I wanted to give you guys a little something as a thank you. So please, if you have not already, please sign up. I'm gonna put this in the comments right now so you can get the link. But I've got a contest going on right now where you can get free Fandango codes, to go see a movie in theaters right now. This is for Alien Romulus, but don't worry, you can use the code for any movie. It really doesn't matter. You just go ahead, put your name, fill it out, and then you can go ahead and enter for your chance to win. Trying to give a bunch of these things away to folks. Again, this is just a way for me to say thank you for being awesome followers, subscribers. I appreciate y'all. E-Man loves to try and give a little something back. So please feel free to go and fill that in. We're going to try and give those away. I think they expire on Tuesday, so it is a short window, but I was telling y'all earlier a couple days ago, but just in case, if you're last minute, you want to watch something, take a couple bucks off, go ahead and fill out that contest so that you can have a chance to win. And again, I want to give you guys that opportunity again, because I appreciate y'all. Like I really, really do appreciate y'all. For real. So we got that together, got the contest. Okay, cool. Let us go through and give our quick shout outs, see who made it out nice and early, and then we will get started. Did I get here? Yes. Coming in at number one, Paulette, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. My man, Johnny Washington, good to see you. Thank you so much. My man, Derek Gaines, what is up? Good to see you. My man, Tane is here as well. What is up? Carl, good to see you. Always a good live win. Ms. Harper is here in the building. Appreciate you. Dex of Reasons here as well. Larry, good to see you. Appreciate you. Mr. Mitchell, good to see you as well. Pierre, appreciate you coming through. Shar, what's going on? Treese, hello. Jay, good to see you. My man, Minister Crush is here. What is up? Gothic. I don't know why this messes me up. Gothica. I keep thinking got thick. Got thicka. Got thick up, but Gothica. What is up? Good to see you again. Appreciate you coming through. Screaming Monkey, good to see you. My man Nelson V is here. Hello. We got the homie Zia Latrice all the way across the pond. My man Stamina MC is here. What is going on? Terrence, good to see you, brother. 60 plus is here as well. Tracy, appreciate you coming through. Tasha, hello. Who else did I see? We got the homie T-Ville is here. Good to see you. My man CJ is back. Always appreciated. Mr. Harris, thank you for coming through. Let's see. Who else did I see here? Corey, what is up? Good to see you. Tanya, appreciate you coming through. Tyra, always a pleasure. We got the Mod Squad with Kristen Pratt. Hello, holding it down. Y'all make sure y'all follow the directions and all that good stuff. Last of my kin is here. Dorian, what is up? Shogun, hello. Christy, appreciate you coming through. Theo, what is up? Mama J is in the building. Always a pleasure. Mr. Lou, good to see you. Steven, hello. Ray, how you doing? Tyrone, good to see you. We got the homie Kiki West holding it down. Let's see. Philroy, good to see you. Talented One, what's up? Who else did I see? Ism. Kristen, my man Andrew, Yolanda, CVO. Who else I got real quick? My man Didier's back. Guys, shout out to everyone that has made it out. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming back and making this live as great as it can be. Let's see, Anthony, what you got here? So Borderlands dethroned Madam Web as 2024's worst. You know what? Like, and I don't usually do this, but I do tell y'all that you usually have to trick me into watching a bad movie. Like, if my critic senses, if my radar goes off and tells me that this is not a good movie, I'm probably not gonna go watch it. Ever since this movie was announced, red flags. Like, I just I never played the game. I didn't really care about it. The cast was cool. The cast looked cool, but I was just like, something about this ain't adding up, and I did not want to go see it. But then I started seeing a lot of other people that I trust in the industry who have gone to see it, and man, it's bad when you look at your colleagues who usually have the nicest things to say, even of the worst movies, not have anything nice to say about Borderlands. That was more than enough to kill any level of curiosity I had of potentially going to go watch this movie. I have zero interest in watching Borderlands. Like, so I cannot personally tell you that it is worse than Madam Web, but based off of my observations and what I've been told by other people, I would believe it. I believe that it probably is a whole lot worse. So, not even gonna combat that at all. But bad movies happen, and it's really messed up. It's really messed up that is the case. But here we are. Thank you for that, Anthony. Let's see. Anthony again. Rocket looks at Borderlands trailer. They jacking our style. Star Lord sees the 9% RT score. They not like us. Well, listen, if that's the case, so be it. Yeah, it's not doing very well. I know that much. It is not doing very well, and that is pretty messed up for Borderlands, because I mean, no movie wants to be this bad. No movie wants to be this bad. But you know, and I don't even want to really take like personal shots or nothing, but when I saw Eli Roth was directing it, I was like, nah. Like, last Eli Roth movie I really liked was probably Hostel. But after that, it's just and this I mean, this movie kind of puts a bad taste in the mouth of people that, you know, with the history of video game movies, right? But it is what it is. Oh, Nelson. Count me out. Haven't watched no Alien movies. You know, I've gotten a chance to meet Nelson in person. Stand up, brother. Good guy. You know, it's just, it's befuddling how he constantly finds new ways to break my critic heart. That's all. That's all. Um, I would say that this is less egregious. And we're going to use that word tonight. This is less egregious than not watching Blade or The Raid or Deadpool. But come on, man. Come on, man. Like, y'all got to no Alien movie, none of them. It's like 7 of them out there. You have to watch something. Alien versus Predator, like Alien 3. You remember the whole fate the on the side? Nothing. I mean, but listen, but you know what? If I'm not mistaken, the brother did say that he was part of the scaredy cats, because some of y'all some scaredy cats too. If that's the case, I'm not okay. See, there he is. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. You said I don't watch no gory horror movie. Okay. I'm not gonna hold this against you. I won't hold it against you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Um, it just, I want for all of you. I want all of you to have a great time with stuff, but I understand having certain situations. I get it. I get it. Kat, what you got? What's this I'm hearing about Disney rebooting Star Wars? I don't know. What are you hearing? Because I haven't heard that. I wouldn't mind it. If they did actually want to reboot, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. Because if they're gonna reboot, they might as well start rebooting all the technology. Y'all still got the same technology from the 1970s trying to act like it's futuristic stuff. Go ahead and reboot the whole thing. I'll be fine with that. Matter of fact, we can do a whole lot more, with the Skywalkers and all that, man. Listen, update all of that stuff. So I'm fine with that. All right. Okay. Tyrone, that is very off subject. But shout out to you for being on the business and hopefully somebody will jump on that for you. All right, we have got some topics to go over before we get into the big juicier stuff later on. So let's start off with some TV updates real quick. Do we have TV? Actually, it's only one. It's only one TV update. I'm actually very happy about this. Thankfully, because a lot of you guys brought this to my attention, you basically got me to watch this, and I did it. I did my review for it as well. But we are getting season 2 of SupaCell. It has been greenlit. It is happening and coming to Netflix. In case you missed it, I did enjoy SupaCell. I thought it was a really, really solid show. Like I said, it's basically Heroes. Like if you've seen Heroes, it's pretty much just that. So I definitely enjoyed it to the point where I'm cool with them doing a second season. I'm here for it. And listen, there are no real details, but like honestly, did you need any? Like it is what it is. So I'm here for it. I'm happy about it. And that's it. They didn't really give us any other details beyond that. But you guys let me know, how do you feel about Supercell season 2 coming out? Is this something that you will be watching when it does? If and when you will, feel free to let me know. What else do we have? We got a movie update. And this is actually from James Wan. So, in case you did not know, James Wan is, in my opinion, this generation's Wes Craven. He is a phenomenal horror director. He is specifically responsible for giving you things like the Saw franchise. Listen, them first 2 Saw movies, killing it. He also gave you the Conjuring series, the whole franchise, and he gave you the Insidious movies, the first 2. Those are the only ones that count. I don't like the other ones. So James Wan is a fantastic director, in my opinion, and probably one of the best. He also directed Aquaman, the first movie. It was all right, but he has, ever since then, he has taken a back seat to doing producing. He's more of a producer now. And I think there was only one time he did come back and directed what was it, Malignant or something. It was some movie or whatever. Wasn't all that good, in my opinion. But I'm always here to give him a chance regardless. And it looks like he does have a new movie coming out. And apparently it's going to be The Creature from the Black Lagoon. It says here that he is in early talks to potentially helm The Creature from the Black Lagoon for Atomic Monster and Universal Pictures. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Now, I will say that I'm a little skeptical about this. I've never really understood the fascination with the creature from the Black Lagoon. I understand that this was part of like when Universal wanted to do um their monster universe, with the Wolfman and Dracula, and we already saw how that did not work out with Tom Cruise. So to me, I'm still kind of like, y'all still trying to make this work? Like you really want to make this old black and white horror work? But if there ever was somebody to make it work, it would be James Wan. So I'm partially interested. I kind of want to see what he ends up doing with it. Of course, I'm gonna need a trailer, but I don't know. I need a little bit more, but I love the fact that James Wan is getting back in the director's chair, period. That right there, he's earned my trust. So you guys let me know, how do you feel about the creature from the Black Lagoon? Is this a movie franchise that maybe you liked in the past? Is this something that you like to see? How do you feel about James Wan directing? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Right, I'm gonna get to your comments when I do my review. So hold tight with that. I will get to that. Ooh, Madden. Whoa. Now let me okay. Now listen. Listen. I don't know about y'all, but back in my day, I didn't play no Tecmo Bowl or nothing like that. Listen, my very first football game, yes, the first football game was Madden. Okay. Madden in the 2000s, me and Madden was like this. Okay, we was like this. Okay, maybe even like this. Okay, maybe like just like we would listen. Y'all didn't want to see me in Madden. Okay, in them early 2000s, what from 04, 03 to about 2012, I want to say. Y'all didn't want none of these problems. I mean, I was ranked, okay, online ranked. It was only for like a year or two, but I don't care. I was ranked. I love this game. And when they brought the hit stick in, changed. Ooh, the hit stick. Y'all remember when the hit stick came in? I was doing everything I could just to injure folks. It shouldn't have been legal, but I just did it anyway. And then, of course, when Michael Vick came in, what was that? 05? I want to say it was the 05 Madden when they put Michael Vick in there, and it was just a cheat code. Like everybody and their mama picked the Falcons, and you always were gonna look because nobody could stop Michael Vick. You literally had this cheat code running around, and it was just a problem. It was just a problem. Didn't like it. But my man, that game, revolutionary, one of the best. Matter of fact, because I played Madden, it helped me play football when I played in high school. It helped me learn the game of football even better. Like it phenomenal. Phenomenal. Anyway, I stopped playing because they started charging people for free stuff. And that to me turned me completely off. And I stopped playing. You're not going to let me play my franchise mode. I got to do all these in-game purchases. You lost me. Sorry. Anyway, with that said, Madden would not be Madden if it was not for the original guy, John Madden, Coach John Madden, who was an NFL coach, who ended up becoming commentator. And it was because of him that he became the face of the video game series. Well, not only has he been the face for decades now, but there's actually going to be a movie about his life. And y'all, when I tell you, I don't know if you'll know, but guess who they about to have to play John Madden? It says here that David O. Russell, who did American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook, he's going to direct it, but Nick Cage is actually going to play John Madden. Like, I like Nick Cage. I like him. I really do. At no point in my life could you have ever told me on your bingo card Nick Cage is gonna play John Madden. What? How? How am I supposed now? I'm look at these guys. Hold on, let me make it bigger for you. Look at these guys. Now I know we got makeup. I know that there's, they can do some different things. I'm just saying, Nick, what's happening? Who told you that you was gonna do this? They're gonna need a lot of makeup. They're gonna need a lot of makeup to make this work. You know who might have been able to? I'm thinking of if Vincent D'Onofrio might be able to do it. He's a dude that played Kingpin. He could maybe do it, but I don't know. Anyway, it says this is not a biopic of the man in the typical way, nor is it a sports drama. Okay, so it's not your traditional thing. Madden is in part, according to sources, a video game movie. It's the origin story of Madden NFL, one of the biggest video game franchises of all time. It says here Cage's casting comes as Russell spent months navigating scheduling and star power in order to get the project going. Hugh Jackman was one actor was circling the project on and off last year. So let me get this straight. We could have had Hugh Jackman played. I still wouldn't have thought Hugh Jackman, even though he's a phenomenal actor, I still wouldn't have thought that he would have been playing John Madden. They must have like a big fat suit and makeup ready. That must be it. That has to be it. Has to be it. John Goodman. How is John Goodman not playing him? Y'all remember, played in Roseanne, like John Madden would have been great. Would have been great. Anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about this? I mean, yes, Madden is a phenomenal franchise video game. This almost gives me like the feel of what was that? The Ben Affleck movie, Air. It almost feels like this would have been like Air, except for Madden, So I don't know. Maybe I need to see him in makeup, and maybe that they'll, again, makeup can transform people a lot. They can do some work. But John Madden, if you've ever listened to football commentary, matter of fact, if you've just played the game of Madden, he talks in a very distinctive way. They used to put stickum on their hands, but now they got these gloves. Like I can't even do him because Madden had such a specific, distinctive voice and style. Good luck. Good luck. But y'all let me know. Is this something that you're going to be watching? You're going to be tuning in for this? Whatever you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right. We got some others. Anthony, last one I played was 04. Vic was definitely a cheat code. Yes, indeed. I thought he was in 05, but yeah, I could get those wrong. Yes, Shogun. Didn't Christian Bale or somebody skinny play Dick Cheney a few years back? It's absolutely possible. And that's where I'm kind of thinking they're just going to do a lot with the makeup. So I do think that the makeup can work. I'm more so curious on if he can do all the, I wouldn't say mannerisms, but if he can get the voice down. Like Madden is such a character. Like he is a very, very specific person, just the way he talks and all that. So if Nick Cage can get that down, which Nick Cage is, he's a trained actor. Like my man has been acting for a while. He might be able to do it. He might be able to, but we'll see. But yes, I think look wise, it is definitely possible. And if you've seen Long Legs, they did make Nick Cage transform in that too. So, AJ Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh, he would have been perfect. Rest in peace. Oh, let it rain. Along Came Polly. Make sure y'all go see that if you haven't. Let it rain. Kat, what you got? Hearing Nicolas Cage play as Joe Madden will make this movie the worst video game movie of all time. Worse than Borderlands? I don't know. I need to wait and see. I need a trailer first, and then maybe I can get an idea. But I'm not gonna jump to that conclusion just yet. I'm not ready to. I understand how it might turn some people off, but I've seen Nick Cage do some work. So we'll see. We'll see. Man, yeah, if John Candy was around, oh my gosh. Chris Farley as well. Oh, they would have been perfect. They would have been perfect. All right, let's move on. What else do we have? Cameron. Y'all know I got to talk about this GOAT real quick. James Cameron. Yes, he is currently the GOAT in my opinion. Don't miss, like Jordan in the finals. Hit you with that Avatar fadeaway. You don't know what to do with it. Hit you with that Titanic, three-peating, coming back. Gonna do 15 Avatars and y'all not gonna say nothing about it. All he does is step into franchises, either creates them or upgrades them. Shout out to Aliens. Shout out to Terminator 1 and 2. Like, this is the guy. This is the guy. Okay. So anyway, he had a couple updates here about I think it was Avatar and Terminator. So he was asked in this interview about it because there is a new animated Terminator coming out to Netflix. Yeah, that one's like actually like an anime style Terminator Zero. So they kind of asked him like, yo, what are your thoughts on this? And he was like, it looks all right, looks interesting, but he was like, listen, whatever. I'm working on my own Terminator stuff right now. It's got nothing to do with that. So of course, the interview was like, oh, wait, what you working on? This man said, listen, it's totally classified. I don't want to have to send out a potentially dangerous robot agent if you were to talk about it. Yikes. My man said it's so top secret. I don't want to have to send the T-1000 after you. Okay. I'm just wondering, where does he find the time? How do you have 13 different Avatar movies to work on and you still got time to work on a Terminator anything? Just, I don't get where he finds the time. I don't get it. Anyway, speaking of Avatar, they asked him like, yo, are you gonna do all the films, all 4 or 5 films? Because remember, in the past, he did say that he was gonna have to train somebody because he's like in his 60s, maybe pushing 70s. He's not gonna be around that long, to push out 10 movies. So he was like, nah, sure, absolutely. Regarding directing those 4 and 5, I mean, they're going to have to stop me. I got plenty of energy, love doing what I'm doing. Why would I not? And they're written, by the way. I just reread both of them about a month ago. They're cracking stories. They've got me back. They've got to be made. Look, if I get hit by a bus and I'm in the iron lung, somebody else is going to do it. Okay. My man said, you're going to have to bury me in the sea with my ancestors, because otherwise I'm doing these Avatar movies. All right, sir. I hope you shoot them back to back. I hope you just hurry up, because time's ticking, man. Time is ticking. Anyway, how do y'all feel about James Cameron potentially giving you something else with Terminator? I will say that he did shake my confidence just a little bit, because what was that? Oh gosh, what was that last Terminator Genesis? My man said Terminator Genesis was gonna be so good. It was this, it was that, and then that thing was not good. So I was a little like, bro, are you sure? I don't know if I trust his Terminator judgment as much. But if he's working on it, I'm curious. And what do you think about him directing all these Avatar movies till the day he die? I'm cool with it at this point. I'm done not trusting him, especially when it comes to Avatar stuff. It's fine. I'm there. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Talented one. Speaking of football and games, I'm still waiting for that E-Man Fantasy Football League. I continue to want all smoke. Oh, don't do this because I'm just now getting my leagues. I'm getting my you know what? Y'all let me know if you want to do a fantasy league. I would need at least 10 to 12 people. And if I can at least get 2, I might be able to add you in my current league. So I have this current league that I do. It's called the League of Champions. In order to participate, you can't be no scrub though. You have to have won a league championship within 5 years. So if you have not won a league championship within 5 years, you cannot participate in that league. The rules change every year. I throw a different twist every year. It's not easy. It's not easy because it's for champions only, and it's winner take all. No, I take that back. Winner take most. Second place, they get about like they money back. But yeah, like we don't play. Like that league is not for beginners, you know. But if I have a few of you, I might consider throwing you in that league if you're interested. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Hit me up on the replay. Okay. Hit me up on the replay and we'll talk and exchange stuff. Yeah, hit me up on the replay so we can figure that out. But yes, I'm in that fever mode. Matter of fact, if I'm being honest, you know, I don't need to check nothing. I'm not checking nothing. You just come with the receipts. That's all you need, and then we can go from there. Okay, we can go from there. But yeah, I might have to cancel some lives. I'm trying to tell y'all right now I do this. So there might be some lives that get rescheduled in the future. I'm letting you know this now. That's gonna be the first week of September, last week of August. I don't know. But yeah, that is even my wife, even when we first met, I was like, listen, I love you, but I got these fantasy leagues. And she understands. Okay. She knows for that week, don't talk to me, leave me alone. If it's draft time, all the kids go away. It's on lock. It's on lock. Natalie, prepping for the DNC, headed home to the Shy. Sounds fantastic. Be careful because I already know I'm not going nowhere. I barely want to go to work during that time because they're gonna be all around blocking traffic. I don't even want to deal with that. But yeah, good luck with that. All right, next topic. We got a Game of Thrones update. This is going to be a spoiler alert for anyone that still has not seen Game of Thrones, but I'm going to need y'all to, you know, just brace yourselves. So we have Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow. He still don't know nothing. But anyone that has watched Game of Thrones is well aware and probably still feeling the remnants of the final season. I'll still say to this day that Game of Thrones is probably one of, if not the best TV show in history. That show, if you watched it, had everybody in a chokehold every week for seasons, not just one season, maybe 2. No, seasons. The rewatchability is amazing. The writing structure in Game of Thrones is fantastic. I was talking to a friend of mine who is a writer, and he was telling me how he did not watch Game of Thrones. And I was just like, bro, like Game of Thrones broke the structure. Like, you know how like you'll watch a TV show and they'll have a couple episodes and you already know the final episode of the season is the big finale. No, Game of Thrones don't care about none of that. Game of Thrones might hit you with a season finale in episode 6 out of 10. Game of Thrones might take your favorite character and kill them off. Like they broke all the rules. Nobody understood what was going to happen unless you read the books, I guess. I didn't read the books because I wanted the show to take me on that journey. But and if I'm not mistaken, I think they changed some things from the books too to kind of mix things up. But there were some traumatic moments. It was some amazing moments. Great storytelling, great character development. But man, sticking that last landing was difficult. And a lot of people, I think, put a lot of blame on the showrunners because they wanted to hurry up and go make a show about the Confederacy and how the South won and whatever. And of course, you also had the fact that George R.R. Martin didn't finish his book, I guess. And so they just had to go off a note. So the final season did not end as strongly as the 7 seasons were amazing, right? So, with that said, Kit Harington came in and apparently he had an excuse. Apparently, he had a reason why it just didn't work out. So let's hear what he had to say. Why the last season was so disappointing. Why didn't it work, man? He had this to say. I think if there was any fault with the end of Thrones, it was that we were all so freaking tired. We couldn't have gone on longer. And so I understand some people thought that it was rushed, and I might agree with them, but I'm not sure there was any alternative. I look at pictures of me in the final season and I looked exhausted. I looked spent. I didn't have another season in me. He goes on to say, everyone is entitled to their opinion as far as the finale. I think there were mistakes made story-wise toward the end, maybe. I think there was some interesting choices that didn't quite work. And as I said before, Jon Snow, you still know nothing. Let me tell you something. Sir, you had one job. One job. I don't want to hear that. I'm tired. I'm tired of being on the most successful show of all time. I'm tired of being on a show that's going to pay for my retirement when I get older. I'm tired of being famous. I'm tired of just getting some good paychecks. I'm tired. Shut up. Shut up. Nobody was checking for nothing else y'all was doing, and you would not be doing what you're doing now if it was not for Game of Thrones. And you sitting there talking about you tired? Take a nap. Go take a nap. I'm sorry. Like, what kind of excuse is that? I'm tired. You act like they made you shoot all 8 seasons in like 5 days. What are you talking about? Y'all had breaks. You had time. You had enough time to go make that whack movie Pompeii that nobody went to see. Who told you to go do that? You should have stayed there and done your work. I'm tired. Go get some Starbucks. I don't care. I'm sorry. That some comments you can keep to yourself. Keep them close to the chest. Just be like, you know what? Things didn't work out. Wish we could have. Maybe next time. Sorry, guys. You know, I would have taken that. If he would have came out and said, you know what? Things didn't work out too well. I'm sorry it disappointed people. Cool. Thank you. At least it shows me that you appreciated my time. But to sit here and tell me that you was tired? Bro, do you understand how many times people go out and do jobs that they don't like, but they have to do it because they need to? And you have this privileged opportunity to be on one of the do you know how hard it is to be on one of the most popular TV shows? Do you know how many times actors don't even get jobs? They don't even They sleep on couches. They bunk with friends. They get 4 or 5 other jobs just to try to get a job. And you got to the mountaintop. And you tired? You couldn't find a Red Bull, a 5-hour energy, something? Nah, bro. Bro, you lost me with that. You lost me with that. You could have kept that one to yourself. I didn't have to hear nothing else. You could have kept that to yourself. Anyway, guys, what do you think about Jon Snow's being tired excuse as to why this whole Game of Thrones season finale just did not work out very well? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because dude is getting on my nerves. You know, where Stamina, where you at, man? Come and get your Brit, man. This your fellow UK over here. Come and get your peoples, man. I cannot. All right. I don't want to talk about this, but I feel like I have to. All right. You guys know I have a complicated relationship with Sony, being that I hope for the best and constantly see the worst. We already know they have their long history of spin-off Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man, and they have not been, in my opinion, a successful endeavor. So Kraven is the next one that is up to bat. Stars Aaron Taylor Johnson. And of course, there is no Spider-Man in this. No Spider-Man. We do have an update about what's going on with it, but there was a new trailer that came out. Now, I was not going to watch the trailer because I wasn't impressed with the first one. The first one looked okay, but whatever. But I've seen a lot of people talking about the new trailer and getting excited for it. Now, I was going to try to watch it with y'all today just to see, because y'all know my rule. If it's not the first trailer, I'm not gonna watch it. But for something like that, I don't care. Like, there's nothing that they can show me that's gonna make me care more about it. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. But y'all let me know. I'll watch it on my phone right now if you guys want to watch it. We can watch it that way, because I was going to play it, but Sony was already hitting the copyrights. So real quick, do y'all want to watch it? I'll watch it on my phone. You can watch it on, however you watch it. We could do that real quick if you want. React to it. If not, we can move on to the news. So I'm gonna wait to see what y'all say real quick. Okay. See a hard pass. I see a no. Uh-oh. Ooh, I'm seeing. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, I see some people saying, that, yo, was the trailer good or not? This was better than the first one. Cut toenails. Yikes. Okay. All right. Y'all playing. All right, let's see. Let me pull this up. Obviously, we got copyright stuff I ain't trying to deal with. Let me get this up here and see what all this hubbub is about. Turn the volume up here. YouTube, don't leave me alone. I'm watching on my phone. Leave me alone. He in jail? Bloody. Who's next?
A killer? My son. And he on his list, there's only one way off. No. Another man.
He can hold a helicopter.
Become the legend. When the man
All right. All right. So I will say that I like the fact that they finally showed his full costume, you know, with the lion mane and all that. That was cool. Rhino does look better. I don't know about his face, but Rhino does look better. Definitely violent. Definitely violent. My concern is this. My concern is the fact that when you look at the history of the Sony movie trailers, they usually are more desperate in their trailers than others. Something is telling me that I guess Rhino is probably the main villain now. So it's just going to be him versus Rhino, I'm assuming. Um you know, B-level character versus B-level character. Eh. They also have a history of showing you trailers that are much better than the actual movie. I remember watching the trailer for Morbius. The trailer was not bad. The trailer was actually okay. And then we saw the movie. Now, Venom, I told y'all Venom 2 was going to be trash from the jump. I told y'all that was going to be a problem. Madam Web, even that trailer was not great, but the movie was even less great. So maybe is this the time? Is this the time when Sony has finally learned their lesson? Is this the time when Sony might have actually figured something out? Because here's the thing. The action in this does look good. I will say that. But it doesn't look unique. It doesn't look like anything we haven't seen from any other movie. I'm an action junkie, so if you're just killing folks and doing all this stuff, I'm here for it regardless. But I'm also curious about the story. I'm curious about the character. Am I going to care? Are you going to make me invested in the story? Do I really care about his daddy issues? Why do these people always got to have daddy issues? Anyway, so I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But we do have some news here about it. And this has to do with they made some changes. They've made some changes to Kraven. So it says here that Sony saw JC Chandor, his latest cut of Kraven, and it prompted a move to December 13th. So Kraven has now been delayed. It was supposed to come out in August, And even before that, it was supposed to come out, I want to say last year. But now they pushed this thing back to December because they just was feeling this guy's new version of it. Let's see. It says here the delays allowed for Chandor to sharpen the characters and tighten the plot and some strategic reshoots which were effective. After enduring a misfire with Madam Web, Sony brass is optimistic that Kraven will be more in line with the Venom films. Is that a good thing? And which Venom film are you talking about? Now, if you're telling me that this is going to be more like the first Venom movie, all right, welcome back to 7 out of 10s, 6 out of 10s. Okay, like not terrible. But if you're talking about Venom 2, that's not a goal anyone should aspire to. Now, Chandor went on to say, I'm extremely proud of the work we have all done together on Kraven. And when the movie finally gets its chance to be seen, I think it's going to surprise the hell out of people. Whoa. Okay. This is big talk. This is big talk. They said, y'all going to be surprised with Kraven. I swear, if I was not in the position that I was in, I would completely ignore this, but I will still give it a chance, and I will hope for the best. I feel like Kraven should not need a lot of help, even though not having Spider-Man is still a stupid decision, but we'll see. I'm actually surprised that they wouldn't do something like, since you're not going to put Spider-Man in there, why didn't you make Kraven go after Venom? I'm just saying, if y'all going to do all this experimental stuff, that would have been kind of interesting to see at least him go against Venom. Like, maybe? No? Do you think that would have worked better? I don't know. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about Kraven? Did you like the trailer, the new trailer? I will say that the trailer is better than the first one that we got, so kudos to them on that. Are you interested in watching? Do you believe that the reshoots that they did, whatever these reshoots are, tightened up the script, made the characters better? Do you believe that it's actually going to work? Does this give you hope to watch it? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Anthony, for me, top 3 HBO shows: Sopranos, Wire, Game of Thrones, and Boardwalk Empire. I feel bad that people are still waiting for the last book that will never come out. That is pretty sad that listen, but George R.R. Martin, that guy, I had no idea, because again, I'm not a book reader of the series. I had no idea that Game of Thrones was that extensive. Like, after watching House of the Dragon, I started, doing a little deep dive and try to figure out some stuff. This thing has been going on since the 80s. Like, I did not know. This dude has created an entire world with its own mythos. It's fascinating. I will say that. It is fascinating at how much stuff that they've actually got to work with. They have so much more. 60, go to sleep from the U.S. men's BB champs. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Anthony, yes, I'm craving 2 more. We need more Web Wonder. I don't know about all that. AJ, what you got? Funny thing about the new trailer, I see people online saying, oh, this movie will be awesome. Yeah, right. Stop watching Sony hero movies after Venom 1. Fool me once, that's it. I wish I had your level of conviction. I wish I was not a sucker for punishment and I had the courage that you had. Oh my gosh, I wish I could say the same. I wish I could, but I've been bamboozled. And it's for me, right? Like, it's like I'm the fool. I've been messing up because I keep watching these things for God knows what being a critic, whatever. But yikes. JN, what up, E-Man? I think Kraven might be okay. C minus at best. Thoughts on Tyrese trying to be a Marvin Gaye variant? Stay safe in Chicago. I have zero thoughts on Tyrese doing whatever that was he was trying to do. I don't know why he was doing that. But I do think that you're right. C minus, maybe a C is probably what they're shooting for. I would be blown away, and I'd be the first one to admit if Kraven comes out and it's like fantastic, y'all gonna see me. Like, I will sit here and tell you, I'm not gonna hold nothing back. If it's great, I will let y'all know. But if it's not, yo. But no, I do think that it's probably shooting for like an average type of movie because they have not shown me that they're capable of doing above average without Marvel's help. I have not seen that from them. Outside of animation. Shout out to Across the Spider-Verse. Quiet One. Sony promises is like saying we want the movie to be less like a flat tire and more like a slow leak. That's a good comparison. Like, I can't even argue that. That's a very, very good comparison because that's the way it feels. That's the way it feels, and it's not shade to them, but it is kind of like, what are y'all doing? Okay. This isn't really a topic, but I did want to tell y'all this. I remember, I think this was last week. I told y'all my little idea for Blade. Now I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I figure out everything early or whatever, but I do feel some type of way that when I sat here and told y'all about my idea of how Marvel could finally fix Blade's legacy, get the Mahershala Ali movie going, find that secret magic and all that. I told y'all my idea last week. I even put it in the replay clip, right? Didn't take them less than 2 seconds. A couple days later, hey there, it'd be great. Maybe we should put both of them in a movie. Hey, you know what we should do? We should go ahead and make them time travelers, make one a variant, and then give him a Logan-like send-off. And, whatever. I did put it out there, though. So at least I have that. I put it out there. But I see you, Screen Rant. I see you. And if the author is a part of the E fam, you know what? What's up? It's all good. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got breaking news. Man, I don't know how to break this, y'all, because I think this came out 2 days ago. So it's not breaking, but it is breaking. This is not good news. It's actually bad news. And in case anyone did not know, we just got an update from Marvel that the Eternals has a disappointing update. Let's go to this breaking news here. It says here, a new report from Variety claims that Eternal 2 is not in development at Marvel Studios, despite the recent Brave New World teaser that teased a tie-in with the first film. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is definitely shocking. I'm shocked. But Eternals 2 is it seems like it's official now that it is not moving forward. It is not going to happen. Gosh, this is and they said, hold on, they said that was a new report too, right? Yeah. See, I'm reading this correct. A new report from Variety. We can trust Variety. It's not in development at Marvel no more. Man, this has got to suck for people that care about this show, movie, or whatnot. because we never talked about this, right? Like, did did we talk about this before? This is because I mean they saying it's a new. I could or was it a rumor that we was talking about before? Hmm. 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 Okay. Hold on. Let me get that title in there. Okay. Yeah, so bad news. Sorry for anyone that it affects. How do you guys feel about Eternals not moving forward? Um sad news. Sad news. But hey, it's new news, so I had to report it, right? All right. Let's see. Moving on. We have a Luke Cage update. So Luke Cage, in case you did not know, was a TV show on Netflix when Netflix was doing their Marvel stuff. And out of most of the Netflix shows, we've already heard that Daredevil's coming back, Punisher is coming back. Thank God Iron Fist might not be coming back. Um, but the question was like, yo, what's up with Luke Cage? Like, what do we do with Luke Cage? And is Mike Coulter even gonna come back? Now, I've told y'all before that when I did get a chance to talk to Mike Coulter, he was kind of like, listen, I'm up for it, but if not, whatever. Because for him, he kind of preferred acting, right? Because he's currently in a TV show called Evil, which I love, and I cannot. I'm mad I forgot to watch. I need to catch up. But he likes the fact that he's acting in Evil, and it's not as difficult and taxing as doing like all the action scenes and stuff that he would have to do in Luke Cage. So back, this was years ago when I talked to him about it, but he was kind of like, it's whatever, right? And since then, he's been kind of like on the fence with it. But we actually have a comment from him a little bit more recently about what's going on with Luke Cage. And he did say here, I would love to explore it if they found some story, some way, somewhere to take it. And I'm happy that Charlie Cox, aka Daredevil, and those are getting it rebooted. But I don't have any idea if Luke Cage is getting rebooted. I'm not holding anything back. He also says, I don't think when it came to the changes from Daredevil, because remember, Marvel was not, they were going to reboot Daredevil and not follow in the footsteps of Netflix. He said, I think that's the right move to follow in Netflix, footsteps. They should have never tried to reboot it. No, I don't know what that was about. I'm like, well, yeah, duh. It was not broke, so don't fix it. So Mike Coulter coming in with the absolute common sense with that, because there was absolutely no reason Marvel should have messed with anything that the Netflix shows were doing. But he brings up an interesting point where he says, um, it's about the story. And I will be honest with you guys. I did not read the Luke Cage comics. I like the character, but I didn't read a lot of his comics. Of course, there was Heroes for Hire with him and Iron Fist and all that. But the question is there a compelling Luke Cage story that would warrant another season or TV show? I think that it was very good that we had a story with him dealing with, the inner city and his neighborhood. That's cool. And I'm not saying he's got to go all multiversal and all this other stuff. I'm not saying he got to do all that. But what specific Luke Cage story could fit right now in the multiversal era that we're in now? So I'm not familiar with it. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not saying that, but I would be curious, and I'm probably going to do a little research just to see because I haven't dug deep into Luke Cage's stories like that. But I am curious to see like what other stories could Marvel use and where would that fit? You know, would it fit like in Daredevil's universe? Would it fit in Punisher's universe? Is it his own little thing? I don't know. I'm seeing some people saying Security City. I guess that was a story that they could adapt. Okay, listen, I'm cool with it either way. I'm always here for the Black representation, period. So if they can find a story, that's fine by me. I'll take it. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about Mike Coulter? At least now he seems more open and positive to coming back, but obviously it does depend on getting a good story as well. So you guys let me know. And if you do have any other stories, stories I can even check up on, I'll go read up on them myself. Feel free to let me know what you think. Shogun, no Eternals 2. So they're never going to explain that continent-sized Eternals sticking out of the ocean? Actually, they are. They're just not. They're going to explain that in Captain America, Brave New World. But they won't be doing that in the Eternals solo movie, because in case people did not know, Eternals 2 is no longer in active development. Marvel Studios has no plans of moving forward with Eternals 2. But thank you so much for that. But yeah, they are going to talk about the big celestial in the water, in the ocean. They're going to do that in Captain America. All right. What are we going to do? We are going to watch a trailer. So I got us a trailer. I think I was able to make sure this is copyright friendly, so I think we can watch it. Yeah, I think I could play it. Okay, so this is one called Amber Alert. And it stars Tyler James Williams and Hayden Panettiere, aka the cheerleader from Heroes. Yeah, I figured we could go ahead and watch this trailer real quick and see what it's all about. I forget who sent this to me, but it did look interesting. So from what they were telling me, so I wanted to watch it with y'all, and yeah, let's check it out.
I got a live one here. Charlotte Bryce, 7 years old, yellow dress, white shoes, pink socks. Abduction. Right in front of her mom. Charlotte!
This is Sergeant.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I messed up. We have to do this properly. Now we can watch. My bad, y'all. My bad.
I got a live one here. Charlotte Bryce, 7 years old, yellow dress, white shoes, pink socks. Abduction. Right in front of her mom. Charlotte!
How you gonna let your kid right in front?
This is Sergeant Casey requesting an Amber Alert, immediate dispatch.
You got kids?
No.
It's Big Jake. He's turning 5.
Ooh, them Amber Alerts be loud too.
Hey, look at that car right there.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I think I see the car from the Amber Alert. Get closer.
Hey. Hold on.
We saw her.
You saw Charlotte Bryce.
We're trying to catch up to him.
We're doing like 100 miles an hour. If he sees us, he could do something crazy.
Listen, you need to back off that car.
Are you guys coming?
The closest available unit is half an hour away.
I've lost signal.
Are you calling them back? Are they coming?
If we don't find him, she'll be gone forever.
We need to exercise extreme caution. This creep is armed, and they're not.
Oh, you ain't got no weapon?
They're down there.
What
Y'all
is
going in
this?
the house?
On the door.
Charlotte?
All right. First of all, good trailer. Good trailer. I like this. I definitely want to support brother Tyler James Williams. I got a chance to meet him. Very cool brother, very down to earth. So I would love to watch this just to support him. I've always been a fan of Hayden ever since Heroes. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to save the cheerleader too. But this concept, I feel like this is about to have me stressed. I feel because listen, as a parent, would I do anything for my kids to get them back? Yes. Yes. Like, not even thinking twice. Okay. I'm gonna grab Lucille. We gonna go for a drive, and I'm gonna get my kids back. Okay. I'm gonna figure something out. Now, for somebody else's kid, I listen. 911. I seen the car. I seen it. License plate is 58211AB. Goodbye. I've done my part. Oh, they in the house? 911. They in the house. It's going to take y'all half an hour to get here? She's a little white girl. Oh, it'll take y'all 2 seconds to get here? Okay, cool. My job is done. I'm sorry. In what world? And this is why I need to watch the movie. How the hell y'all gonna be 30 minutes out? Are y'all living in the boondocks? How is nobody available for 30 minutes? I'm just saying, it didn't look like they was living in the country. At least a sheriff or a deputy be around or something. I don't know if I'm going in that house. I'm just saying, that's a creepy house. And I don't have my burner on me. I don't have nothing. Y'all ain't got a knife or something. And this dude gonna be fully armed? And he a whole killer? For somebody else's kid? Ooh, I don't know. I will watch this movie. But I'm just saying, it's pushing the limits of credulity. I don't know if I can fully put myself in their shoes. That's all. Like, I don't know. What did y'all think about the Amber Alert trailer? How far would you go for somebody else's kid that you don't know? I'm not saying they wrong. I'm just saying it might not be me. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Because yikes. All right, let's take this real quick. We got, oh my goodness, we got some love here from Low Key. Thank you so much. I'm sending some love right back. Thank you for the $20 Cash App. Says happy Friday, E-Man. Happy Friday to you and the hubby as well. Appreciate you so much for that. I really do, y'all. Shout out to Low Key for keeping this ad free. Yeah, we ain't got no ads because of people like you. So thank you so much. Slim, what you got? This is what they expect us to do when we get that Amber Alert. Listen, it probably is. It probably is. I'm not gonna lie. This is what I do when I get the Amber Alert. Damn. And I know I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest because if I had to put myself in those shoes, if I was the parent, I would hope that somebody would go being reckless and crazy and go get my kid too. So I understand. But I have to be honest. Thoughts and prayers. But listen, if I can do something, listen, if the kidnapper is across the street and I got Lucille on me, I'm still not going, but I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm gonna be right there in the curtains with the police, like, yo, I see them. They right. I'll do what I can. I feel like this movie is about to put some peer pressure on me. Like, I don't know if I want to watch it anymore now. Because I feel like the more I watch this movie, the more I'm gonna tell on myself, and I'm gonna regret how much of a terrible person I am. Like, I don't know if I can watch this no more. This is not gonna make me feel good. I don't know. I'm sorry. This was a bad choice. I shouldn't have played this trailer. I feel terrible now. I feel terrible. Oh my god. Quiet one, what you got? I'm gonna call 911 and Liam Neeson to handle that one. Yes. Yes. Y'all definitely gonna need somebody with a particular set of skills that I don't have. I don't have them. You know, listen, the only people I go crazy for are my immediate family. That's the only people like, yo, I probably turn into Liam Neeson and go hunting people. That's the only folk. Outside of that, my brain is like, sit your tail down. Where you go? You can't even run. You're fat. Stop it. Yeah, 2 knee surgeries. Where you going? Like, it's just not gonna happen. All right, what do we have? Do we have other stuff to talk about? Oh, okay. I did tell you I was gonna do this for you. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let me pull this up. There we go. Alien Romulus. So, we have got to talk about Alien Romulus. If you haven't seen my spoiler-free reaction, you should be following me because I let y'all know immediately right out the theater how I be feeling about these movies, just to kind of get you, into it or whatnot. But Alien Romulus, this is going to be a new chapter in the Alien franchise. This takes place between Alien 1, the 1979 movie, and it's right before Alien 2 or Aliens. Okay. So just in case if you were lost on where you should start watching or what's going on, that's where it takes place. So just a heads up now for anybody that's a little scary. I'm not gonna play the clips, but I do have some images. Again, I know some of y'all scary, so just heads up on some images. But let's kind of give you a little quick rundown on the Alien franchise. So Alien, hold on, let me get this here. So Alien Romulus, while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonists come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. All right. So in true fashion, this is where I have to give you guys the good, the bad, and the reason for everything here. So let's start off with the good. I think that one of the better things that I absolutely enjoyed was the action. Oh my goodness. The action, it kicks into high gear. It does take a little while to get going, but once you get into the nonsense, once you get into the mix, it's off and running from there. And when I tell y'all, I particularly loved how much the atmosphere of suspense was created in this movie. It was fantastic. I'm not looking at hallways the same no more. These hallways have got me jacked up and messed up just because of what they did. And let me tell you something. The face huggers. Now, I've watched almost every single Alien movie, but this movie takes face huggers to a new level. I loved how we got to learn more about them. I loved how they were shown in a much more terrifying way. I liked how we got more information on how they function and stuff. But the face huggers, fantastic. So much more deadly than you ever could have imagined. And by the way, I really liked the world building that was going on here. I thought that they did a really, really good job of just kind of showing us another area, another side of the entire Alien franchise. You know, like usually it's this one little ship in space, and I mean, it's still that, but I like the fact that we got a little bit more and we learned some more things here about the motives and maybe the backstories behind, let's say, certain characters or certain entities in this franchise. So I did like that. We also got some well-placed callbacks to the old movies, and we also got a nice some surprise appearances. So I did like the fact that they left some treats there for people that are fans of the franchise. But we have got to talk about the actual Alien. Listen, they use practical effects and it was perfection. I love the practical effects and the cinematography that was used. We got all these unique camera angles to really showcase the aliens and to showcase the terror. I thought it was terrifying and disturbing, probably more so than ever before. And I absolutely love one thing that director Fede Alvarez did. This man did a wonderful job of using the sound to impact the terror and the suspense. So you'll have certain moments where something is going on, and let's say it has to do in space, boom, all sound cuts out because there is no sound in space. So, like, you know, you'll have like certain moments like that. Or let's say you're walking down a hallway and it's all quiet, then bam, volume turns up. Listen, that was excellent use of the sound mixing. And I thought they did a fantastic job with that. The unique camera angles, like I said, with the cinematography, were really, really well done. Again, the corridors, the dark lighting. If you're not nervous or anxious throughout this whole movie, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because when I tell you they had that one scene, and you'll know it when you see it, with the face huggers. Ooh, all that claustrophobic feeling and all the anxiety is there. The hallway scene is something fantastic. And let me tell you, there is a moment in this movie that felt like it was straight out of a video game, and I was here for it. It was perfectly shot. It definitely got the tension and action going. Loved every bit of it. One thing I will talk about though also is the acting. The acting was fine for the most part. Now I will say there were a couple things that kind of got on my nerves with some characters, but I did like that some characters were doing certain things that I would probably also do. But when it comes to the acting, I have to say that this probably has to go to my man right here. He plays Andy. This is actor David Johnson. I love the fact that they gave him so much to do in this story. You know, and his character has levels to it. There are different things that happen with his character. I thought that his portrayal was captivating. And there were times it was kind of hard to decide, should I be rooting for this dude? I mean, you know, I'm a root for everybody black, but at the same time, should I be rooting for him? I don't know. But I will say that I definitely enjoyed his character for the most part. And it was very, very well done. So I did like what he had to offer. Now we got to talk about the bad. There were some things I did not like. I think one of them kind of goes back to the audio mixing again. I would say maybe during the first 30 minutes of the movie, it was kind of hard to make out what some of the people were actually saying. Like, and here's the thing, I was in a Dolby theater, right? So the Dolby theater, Dolby sound is crisp. You could hear a raindrop falling, like everything was cool, but my God, I could not hear. And I was asking other people just to make sure it wasn't just me. Other folks couldn't make it out either. You know, at least the people I was with, like, it was like, what did they say? And then they had, of course, they have like these English accents on top of it. So it's like, you got an accent, you got the volume maybe being too low. And it reminded me of what happened with Tenet. If you've seen Tenet in theaters, you know what I'm talking about. The sound was just terrible. And it kind of made me feel like it got a little frustrating because a lot of the exposition, you know, you trying to figure out what spaceship is this and what happened with this colony and what's going on. A lot of that got lost. And I felt like I couldn't tell the difference between different places again, because I couldn't hear what they were saying or I couldn't make it out. Some of the background noise in the movie was overpowering what the characters were saying. I'm like, how are we supposed to hear what they're saying if you got a whole machine that's making noise? What are you doing? So anyway, I needed subtitles, and I thought that the subtitles would have been very helpful. But beyond that, and I'll put it as non-spoiler as I can. There is a disturbing character in the third act. This character probably was meant to evoke a lot of fear and uncomfortability, but oh my God, the appearance of this character was so unusual that I felt like I was too distracted to be scared. Like, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever seen something that's supposed to be scary, but you like, wait, why you look like that? Wait, what is that growing out of? What's going on? I didn't even have time to be scared because this thing looks so weird. This character looks so weird. It was probably done on purpose, but I feel like it had an opposite effect because I was so distracted with whatever was going on with this character. So there was that. And I think the last thing was probably like the characters themselves, outside of the black character I mentioned earlier, they were kind of bland and they didn't really have a lot going on to make me care about them. Some of them I was rooting for them to just go. There were a couple I was like, you can die now. It's fine. Nah, just go right there to the facehugger. Go walk up right up to that facehugger. You can go. But anyway, now let me kind of give you guys the reason. So Alien Romulus I would say, is a chilling roller coaster ride full of thrills and terror in space. As I mentioned before, the director, Fede Alvarez, he understood the assignment and passed with flying colors. I think that he was successful in creating a true horror experience that pays homage to the earlier Alien films. And in my opinion, I would say that Alien Romulus could be a game changer and it could probably breathe new life into this franchise. So I would, when it comes to the rating for Alien Romulus, I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. I definitely enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I'm a fan of the franchise. I like Prometheus. I like Covenant. I like Alien. I like Aliens. Alien 3. We'll see, So, but I thought that this was probably one of the better movies in the franchise. If I had to rank them off the top of my head, I'd probably say Aliens is still number one. That's number two, right? The second movie. Aliens is probably still number one. And Romulus might be number two. It might be right there under the Aliens film. And then personally, I like Prometheus and then Covenant. That's my personal thing because I like the lore and mythos and stuff. But I would definitely recommend if you plan on watching Alien Romulus, I would recommend rewatching or watching for the first time the first Alien movie, 1979. I think that it will give you enough information and enough context for you to understand what's going on in this film. Now, I would also say that this is, if you had to compare this movie, this was like The Goonies meets the Aliens, right? Like that's pretty much all this movie is. But I would say that it is something worth watching in theaters. So you guys let me know. Have you already seen Alien Romulus? Do you plan on watching Alien Romulus? If and when you do, come on back to this video and let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. All right. Prometheus was not worse. I like Prometheus. It was not action-packed, but I like Prometheus. All right. Yeah, I will say that this one was more in line with the old school movies. So if you're not there to listen to all the alien whatever stuff, then yeah. And by the way, the Alien versus Predator stuff does not count. Prometheus literally undoes everything in those. So like, do not feel like you got to watch those. You can watch them for entertainment. They're just not canon. They got undone. So it is what it is. Ryger, what you got? I'm watching Alien 1 tonight before I see Romulus. That should be enough to follow the movie, right? Yes, that should be enough. If you want a bonus, I would say that Prometheus would also help, but it's not necessary. But yes, Alien would definitely be a positive to watch for sure. Thank you for that. Shogun, what you got? Did Romulus have enough unique story to proceed with a sequel? Did it set up anything, for a sequel? I think that it added enough, because keep in mind, there's another show coming out. The show is going to be Alien Earth, but it takes place before Prometheus. So I think this show gives you questions that maybe Alien Earth can answer. So for example, how did y'all get to this point? What's going on with society? Why are y'all going on missions in the first place? So Alien Earth could do some things that Alien Romulus might peak in terms of questions. Now, could they do something going forward? It's possible. There is no post-credit scene, by the way. But it's possible. It's possible that they could do something, but I wouldn't say that they leave some major big cliffhanger like, oh my gosh. It's just kind of like, all right, like maybe you could do something. Maybe you could just move on. You could do either way. But the Alien franchise, because I just rewatched it not too long ago, there are a lot of questions that are unanswered that they could go ahead and do other movies or spinoffs for. Because there are a lot of questions out there. Yo, where's David? What is David doing? What's up with Walter? Like, what's going on? Anyway, I don't want to say nothing else because I might spoil some things, but yeah, they have a lot more room to grow. All right, what else do we have? Rumor mill. All right, so just so you guys know, these are just rumors. The sources here are not 100% verified at all. Normally, I would go with people that have a better track record, but I just figured I'd fill in some time because the topics were kind of short today. So we do have a couple rumors here. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. Don't, take your grain of salt. But one rumor here comes from My Time to Shine. It says here Nicolas Cage, Wesley Snipes, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Tobey Maguire have all agreed to return for Secret Wars. None of this surprised me. Like, I don't even think this is some earth-shattering type of rumor. If it's true, Secret Wars was always believed to be one of those movies that damn near everybody was going to come in and, show up in. All the original Avengers, everybody, listen, come in, take your final bow. You might get killed again. Goodbye, right? That's what Secret Wars was always going to be. But I do like the fact that, Nick Cage, who's he gonna play? Oh, he could play Ghost Rider, so he could come in and play Ghost Rider again. I could see that. Wesley Snipes' is Blade, always here for that. Chris Evans probably coming back as Cap. I mean, we all knew that he was never gonna not be around. Oh, that got me. I gotta do a theory for y'all about that too. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Maybe this is a variant because we know she dead. And Toby the GOAT, come on, man. I'm here for it. So we read, I think I told you guys about how they were trying to do in the Kang dynasty. One of the rumors was that potentially they were going to find all the anchor beings, and with all those anchor beings, they were going to fight against Kang. Maybe they do the same thing, but this time they fight against Doom. I don't know. But anyway, I'm cool with it. But at the same time, and it's been wild too. My Time to Shine, the source. Whoo-wee. Like last time I posted something about that, the community notes was like, this is not a reliable source. So again, take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. We have another one here. This is for Eyes of Wakanda. This is the Black Panther series, animated series coming to Disney Plus. It says Eyes of Wakanda will feature time travel. It says a group of Wakandans will travel back in time to stop the Horde from destroying the world. The show takes place on the sacred timeline. So y'all can time travel. Y'all can time travel to save the world. But you can't time travel to save your own King T'Challa? Listen, this is just a rumor. But let's pretend that this rumor is true. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I told you so. I lied. I will tell you I told you so. Because this is going to potentially be, if it's true, further evidence that killing off T'Challa was never a good idea. And this is exactly what I told y'all from the beginning, from 2021. I told y'all that 3 years ago. Whatever y'all want to do, you want to, honor Chadwick, you want to send him off, you want to do that, cool. But don't kill T'Challa. Why did I say not to kill T'Challa? Because it's lazy. I understand the people that say that they believed it was respectful and all this stuff. I disagree creatively because it opens up the door to more problems. It's more problems that you don't need to have. Because, for example, you're killing this character off again. No one said that you don't need to deal with grief or have the characters deal with grief. You had a whole blip. Your king was gone and dead for 5 years in the MCU, and no word about that. You don't think that you could have had them grieving during that time when the king was dead and half of their country? So then you bring him back only to kill him again. And here's the other problem. Again, Marvel, Ryan Coogler, everybody had their hearts in the right place. I'm not questioning that. I am criticizing the creative writing and the decision making. Because last I checked, even though Wakanda is supposed to be at the pinnacle of technology of all kinds, they literally saved that white colonizer from a bullet wound that he probably would have died from. You couldn't freeze T'Challa the same way you froze Bucky? You see how this is creating unnecessary issues? Time is running out. We can't figure out what to do to save T'Challa from this random mysterious illness that only more of the secret herb that he already has in him could cure, maybe, kind of, sort of. You couldn't freeze him? Like, you literally have the technology. And now you're going to potentially, if this rumor is true, you're going to introduce the fact that you had another fictional creative option of time travel, and it'd be different. It would be so different if you told me, yeah, we're going to an alternate universe Wakanda, and they're going to travel to an alternate timeline. I'd get that. But y'all gonna travel through time on the sacred timeline. The excuses to kill off T'Challa and to not bring him back are running thin. They're not aging well because you have so many creative holes that are punched in. It's not doing well. And I've already told you guys, because there will be some people here, maybe not here, that'll be like, oh, well, you know, there have been other T'Challa, there have been other Black Panther. I'm not talking about the role of Black Panther. I'm talking about the character of T'Challa. And I know every single person, even the hardcore defendants out there, you'll be hard pressed to find a long, successful run of Black Panther that didn't include T'Challa. Yeah, Shuri, while she was Black Panther, T'Challa was still there. So all these excuses are not aging well. And the mere fact that we are literally in the multiverse saga. You don't want to recast right now? That's cool. You said it was too soon. I respect that. This is the time, if ever, to bring either T'Challa back, because everybody will understand if y'all recast the character. You literally recast William Hurt with Harrison Ford, and nobody blinked. No one cared. Why? Because we love Harrison Ford. And we also understand people get recast every day. It happens. No one is going to be like, but I thought, what happened? Wait, what's going on? You already doing time travel? You already did. We get it. You spent 4 or 5 years wasting our time, not giving us Kang, but ingratiating people into the concept of the multiverse and variants. And the easiest mechanism you can't use to bring T'Challa back. And here's the thing. We're not talking about a character that's just some random character on the side or whatever. We're talking about a character that brought you $1.3 billion. Now, let me be fair. I have not watched this series yet. Maybe they will. Maybe they could bring another T'Challa back. Maybe they will since they're dealing with time travel. I don't know. And if they do, I'll be the first in line to be cheering and to be whoop, whoop. Yeah. But But if y'all don't, the same way I told y'all 3 years ago, this was not a good creative idea because you had other options to still accomplish the same goal that you had. I'm going to be here to let y'all know. Because at this point, it does feel like gaslighting. And if you'll indulge me for a little bit, I'm still marinating and trying to work on this whole idea because I've seen and I've heard and I've felt a lot of the people out there who are feeling a certain type of way when it comes to Marvel and their treatment of Black characters. And I want to be very clear. I started talking about Recast T'Challa because of Black representation. That was like one of the most fundamental things. Now, of course, I love Chadwick. He was one of my favorite actors. I love the character of T'Challa. Great, great stuff. But it was always at the fundamental core about how are we going to treat and handle Black representation on screen. That's in the petition. That's in all my videos. It's always been about Black representation. And my bigger issue has always been about the fact that when we do certain things and cut the legs short, when we cut it short from what we do with T'Challa, who's to say that we're not going to do it with the rest of Black characters? Because clearly, white characters don't get treated that way. I'm not talking about actors, I'm talking about characters. White characters get recast all the time. You don't think that if something happened to Hugh Jackman that we're not going to get another Wolverine within some time? Are you kidding me? Yeah, they joke that he's going to be here until he's 90, and they probably will. But you don't think that they're going to want another Wolverine? You think if something happened to Tom Holland, we're not going to get another Spider-Man? Are you nuts? This is the time to do it. Emotions, I believe, have subsided. People are now in a better position to think more logically, even though we've been saying this for 3 years. You're in the multiverse. Don't make this a problem bigger than it has to be when it comes to Black representation. And I'll talk about this a little bit later, but I'll say for the record, I don't think Marvel is doing anything intentional. Like, I don't think Marvel is like, let's stick it to the Black man and let's stick it to these Black characters. I don't think that's the way they operate. But I do believe that this is a byproduct of what happens when you don't have DEI at the top. Because when you look at the vast majority of the higher ups at Marvel Studios, they all kind of sort of look the same certain complexion. Now we do have, Nate Moore. But I'm just saying, that's it. That's it. So it's understandable that certain blind spots can be had, and these missteps, Blade, T'Challa, Armor Wars, at any point, are we going to ask, where is Armor Wars? I mean, I'm a fan of Don Cheadle. I want to see Don Cheadle win at everything in life. Where is Armor Wars? Can we get an update on that? We got 2 unnecessary updates about Eternals, but we ain't heard 2 words about Armor Wars. And I'm not going off of rumors. I'm just asking about what Marvel themselves have put out there. We just went through Comic-Con and D23 and not 1 word about Armor Wars. Why? Just let me know where it's at. You got my expectations up because it was reported, it was a TV series, it was turning into a movie, but now nothing. What's happening? These type of things are starting to build up a narrative that Marvel does not want to have to deal with. Movies, shows get delayed all the time. It happens. White Vision, where you at? Right? Understandable. All I'm saying is Marvel needs to be more attentive because this narrative of issues plaguing specifically Black characters, it's building up a reputation. And it's not a good look. And they need to do something about that. At least be vocal about it. At least say something. Anywho, I feel some type of way about this whole Eyes of Wakanda thing. I was not, I mean, the moment they announced it and they were talking about other people, other Wakandans, whatever. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But listen, I do have concerns, and I don't know if Marvel gets this. If you play a revolving door game of Black characters, it's harder for audiences to resonate and connect with them. It's harder for us to sit here and be like, let me care about this character. Oops, they're gone because now we're just going to throw someone else under the mantle. We're going to follow a different character from Wakanda. People don't get attached to worlds. They get attached to the characters in the worlds. And your number one character has always been T'Challa. Not the mantle, not the place of Wakanda, T'Challa. Anyway. What do you guys think about these rumors? How do you feel about all these people coming back for Secret Wars? And how do you feel about Eyes of Wakanda and their time travel escapades, shenanigans? Again, this is just a rumor, so, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's see. Anthony, what you got? Cage was supposed to be in, I'm assuming Deadpool and Wolverine as Ghost Rider, but couldn't reach terms. Yeah, I read about that. Wouldn't he have been too OP for the scene? Would you have wanted to see him? He wouldn't have hurt. I feel like because they're the, Ghost Rider is pretty powerful. I think it would just depend on who he would be fighting against, right? Like if you had him fight against somebody who could actually go up against him and pose a challenge, you can kind of negate his ability that way. So I don't know. I think it would have added another wrinkle for sure, but I would have been fine if they added him in, even if they kind of watered him down, whatever. I would have been more happy that he's just there. But yeah, either way, I would have been fine. But I think that Ryan would have found a way to make it work. So, all right. We got to get into the main topic. Because there's been a lot of Disney drama. And we have to go through this. So before we get to the Beau DeMayo stuff, I have to give you guys the warm-up first. Because Disney and drama apparently have been going hand in hand for a while now. We have heard Disney having issues with actors. There was the whole incident during the pandemic with ScarJo, Scarlett Johansson. She was having issues where Disney didn't want to give her money because they put Black Widow on streaming same day as theaters. She lost a lot of money there. They had to go settle. Okay. You also had Disney going at it with on a political side with Florida. That's a whole nother thing. You had Disney going at it with Gina Carano. That's still going. They couldn't even dismiss that case. That's actually going to trial. So we'll see what happens with that. But it seems like Disney is about to beef with the regular folks too. So I needed to share this story with you guys so you can have a little context for later as we talk about Beau DeMayo. But this is a story that I found Kind of interesting. It says here, Disney argues in a wrongful death lawsuit involving a 42-year-old New York doctor whose family claims she had a fatal allergic reaction after eating at an Irish pub in Disney Springs in October. Disney is asking a Florida court to dismiss the lawsuit brought against it by Jeffrey Piccolo. Shout out to Piccolo and Dragon Ball fans. In other words, wife and her husband go out to eat at Disneyland or whatnot. She has an allergic reaction at this restaurant. She ends up dying. And Disney's like, yo, they trying to sue us. Throw this out. Throw this lawsuit out. Dismiss this immediately. But there are details to this case that I found also kind of surprising, and I wanted to share with y'all. So let's kind of go through some of these. Disney argues that Piccolo had agreed to settle any lawsuits against Disney out of court through the arbitration process when he signed up for a 1-month trial of Disney Plus in 2019 and acknowledged he had reviewed the fine print. This man with his wife went to go to Disneyland, went to go eat. She had an allergic reaction. They filed a lawsuit, and Disney said, read the fine print of the Disney Plus streaming thing that you signed up for 3-4 years ago. You said you're not going to sue. You said you can't sue us because in the streaming platform, we got to go to arbitration. Let me go through these more details because this is nuts. It says here, the first page of the subscriber agreement states in all capital letters that any dispute between you and Disney is subject to a class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. Real quick, have any of y'all read the terms and agreements to any of these things? Just real quick, because I know I'll be honest. Sometimes I don't go through everything with a microscope. I mean, I'll be looking for the check mark. Where's the check mark to agree? Because at the end of the day, most people look for an agreement with, I would say, an understanding of I'm coming here for this service and I'm only going to agree because I want the service. It does not mean that most people are signing up saying, you know what? But if you end up screwing me, it's okay. I waive all my rights. Like, nobody is going in with that intention in mind. If I go to Disney Plus and I sign in and I hit the checkbox, it's because I just want the TV. I just want the streaming. Okay? That's all it is. Ain't nobody sitting here thinking about some potential lawsuit at a theme park at that. At another place that ain't got nothing to do with the actual thing I'm signing up for. I'm sorry. Let me go on. Disney also notes in its response that Piccolo agreed to a similar arbitration provision when he created an account on Disney's website and app ahead of the ill-fated theme park visit. Okay. At this point, God forbid, if my wife died at their theme park, and if you sat here and told me, well, because of what you signed up for on the streaming platform, and you also signed up for, the whole Disney account, you agreed to, I'm fighting. We don't need to have a lawsuit no more. I want that lawyer outside. I want Bob Iger. Step on outside, Bobby. We gonna have a talk too. I'm fighting at that point. And I might not use my hands. It might be weapons. I don't know. Because you're not finna sit here and gaslight me and sit here and talk about, well, you use the Disney app. And that's the way it goes. No, you're not gonna do that. Bring Mickey Mouse out here too. He gonna catch a whooping too. Nah, man. Y'all literally trying to trigger folks. Literally. But Piccolo's lawyer argued that it was absurd to believe that the more than 150 million subscribers to Disney Plus have waived all rights to sue the company. That is absurd. Disney, later on, argued that whether Piccolo actually reviewed the service terms is immaterial. In other words, it does not matter if he read it or not. It also noted the arbitration provision covers all disputes, including disputes with Disney or its affiliates. Now, just so everybody knows, arbitration allows people to settle disputes without going to court and generally involves a neutral arbiter who reviews arguments and evidence before making a binding decision or award. So basically, a middleman that's not in the court. So Disney said they stressed that this Irish pub that they went to is not owned or operated by Disney. Raglan Road, that's the Irish pub. Now that's in Disney Springs. Guess what? Disney Springs is owned by Disney because Disney leases that space out to different places. So Piccolo's lawsuit claims that he and his wife and their mother decided to eat at Raglan Road because it was billed on Disney's website as having allergen-free food. Wait a minute, hold on. Now, I'm not no lawyer. I'm not the smartest man. But how are you going to advertise on your website that this is allergen-free? And then you're going to sit here and say, well, you signed up on our website, so therefore you waived your rights to what? And you're going to sit here and say, oh, that ain't us. We don't run that. We don't Well, that sucked. Hey guys. So I need to give me a sec because I had a lot of stuff open. Now I gotta like reopen it because like my whole computer froze. So that sucks. If anybody, this is what would be so funny to me when people are like, "Oh, you're just a Disney shill. Oh, you just I'll talk about anybody. I don't care. I will talk about anybody. All right. Give me a sec. Let me get back to highlighting some stuff and making sure that this is all proper for y'all because everything just went bad. Just bad. Let me skim this for you real quick. Just I don't even know where I left off. Okay, got that. Okay, so we're almost done with that. All right. Okay, and okay, let's at least finish this up, and then we'll take another break after that, so I can recoup. All right. So Disney, yeah, I said it. Disney was out here saying that basically all the stuff that was on their website didn't count, even though they own the property that the people went to. They leased it out to them or whatever. But it says here, after informing their server numerous times, many times, that the wife had a severe allergy to nuts and dairy products, the wife went ahead and ordered some vegan fritters, scallops, onion rings, etc. Right? The waiter guaranteed that the food was allergen free. About 45 minutes after dinner, she had difficulty breathing while out shopping, collapsed, and eventually died. And that's after even getting the EpiPen. Piccolo was trying to get 50,000, more than 50,000 in the lawsuit. So this is what Disney is currently dealing with. This is what's happening. What do you think about this story? How do you feel about Disney talking about their terms and agreements? 50,000, sir. I thought you was gonna ask for 50 million. Like, do you know how? First of all, I'd be pissed off if you just get my order wrong. If you get my order wrong, I'm gonna have a problem. We just, me and my wife just went to this other restaurant and we was like, yo, man, no cheese and no cilantro because she cannot do cilantro. Thing came back full of cilantro, full of cheese. I'm like, what's happening? What are y'all doing? So yeah, I need my man to get a lot more than that. I need him to come up a whole lot more than that. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right. JN Conspiracy Brother thought, I think studios are sabotaging black characters, especially non-stereotypical ones across the industry. I won't discount that because we have heard stories about Ike Perlmutter, formerly at Marvel, who didn't even want a Black Panther movie, didn't want a Captain Marvel movie. At least he was right about one of them. And then we also had the whole Nelson Peltz situation, where Peltz was basically like, why we got to have all these women's? Do we what's with all the blacks? Why do they have to have all these movies? So it would not surprise me if somewhere across the industry people are pulling back on diversity in film. Now, we've already talked about this, that there was a whole study that showed Hollywood was leaving what, $30 trillion or something like that on the table. It was something crazy because they don't push authentic, diverse stories. So leaving all that money on the table is a problem. But let's also be straight. You also have a lot of rich white people that are, well, let's be clear, rich white men, older men that run a lot of these studios, and a lot of them vote a certain particular way, and a lot of them carry a certain worldview that probably is similar. So I don't think it's a coincidence that when you start hearing about the CRT and the DEI, that they might agree with some of that, and some of that stuff gets pulled back. So I wouldn't say it's more so a conspiracy, but it could just be a knee-jerk reaction to how society is shifting. It's possible. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't discount it. I'm not gonna ignore that. I'll put it that way. Quiet one. MCU seems to have a repetitive struggle with creating black stories with black lead roles like BP, Secret Invasion, Armor Wars, Luke Cage, and Blade. They need more black creatives up there and executives. I think that's probably the easiest solution to this. You need to have more people at the top that look like the stories that you're talking about. That does not mean that they're the only ones to do that. I'm just saying, over time, if it's only one predominant group telling these stories, you might have some blind spots. Some things might not add up. So, yeah. JN, WB is dropping the ball on Static as well. Not just Static. How about all black characters? I mean, they're regulating them to TV shows and ensembles at that. You have not had one lead black DC character since Catwoman, maybe. I think Catwoman might be it that comes to mind. Steel. That have they had any other black characters? I don't know. Natalie, the mouse got a special place in hell. Well, listen, they make interesting choices. Quiet one though. Disney doesn't send the mouse to chew on your PC wire. It happens. It happens. That sucks. It does suck. I'm mad too because we had like 400 something people in here, and now it's down to 3 something. I appreciate y'all staying though and holding out. But let's see if I got most of my stuff here to do this story for y'all. Okay, give me a sec. Let me re-highlight some of this stuff because it's a lot, and I don't want to bore y'all with too much. Okay. So yeah, just give me 1 second so I can get this. Okay, there it is. I'm mad because like it be just behind the scenes stuff. It usually takes me about 2-3 hours to like compile all the websites, to compile, the articles, to skim through them, highlight them for y'all. Like it takes time to do all this stuff. So it is a little frustrating, to have some weird computer glitch like this just happen. I don't like that. You said about Fitbit hacking. It probably is. It probably is. All right. Okay, got that. Okay. Okay, got this. Yeah, this Beau DeMayo thing was like real. It was a lot. I got the articles up. I'm just trying to skim it because I had to order for everything for y'all. Yep, got that. Okay, I think we're caught up on that. And this Beau DeMayo story is a lot. Okay, got that. And I do need this last one. Okay, almost done. Sorry, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Okay. Yeah, got that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. There we go. All right. Sorry for the delay. Appreciate it. Ah, gosh, man, this stuff really. All right, let's get into it. Marley, what you got here? Disney doesn't own the restaurant, nor do they own it. So how are they legally liable? Aren't they just the landlord? So I don't know, right? Again, I'm not a landlord. I'm not a lawyer. But I think that it gets muddied when, yes, you're the landlord, you lease this property out, but on your own website, you list that property as being allergy free, blah, 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 blah. And then when they go to the website, when they go to the restaurant that's advertised on your website, they catch allergies and stuff. So I'm thinking that somewhere in those terms and agreements, Disney might have messed up more because of the fact that it was on their website, I think. So that's my non-legal expert opinion. I don't know. Oh man, my camera don't work. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to roll with this. Okay, so Beau DeMayo versus Marvel. Y'all, this has gotten way spicier than I ever thought it would be. Now here's the thing, just to give people an idea of where we've come and what's going on. Beau DeMayo was brought on to work with Marvel and create X-Men 97. So he did that. X-Men 97 was a hit. I think it's still currently 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And this show, I mean, we've covered it here on the channel. He did phenomenal work. Now, for some reason, Beau DeMayo got fired, and this is after he wrote 2 seasons for Marvel, right? Marvel Studios. Now, the big mystery was, what did Beau DeMayo do? Everybody was wondering, what did he do, man? What happened? Marvel didn't say nothing. And here's the thing, we read different articles over time. Beau wasn't saying nothing on social media. Marvel was like, you know what? Beau did a great job. He did this. And then they kind of left it at that. They never spoke on what actually happened. And what made it crazy was the fact that he got fired right before the show came out. So, and I've talked about this too, when he got fired, he deleted all of his Instagram, like all his images, social media, he stopped it, right? And I think he just joined Twitter or just got active with Twitter once the show came on. Now, once that happened, you started to see him talking about the show, which made sense. This is what he created, right? So every week, Beau would just be talking about the show, whatever. It is what it is. Now, rumors started to pop up, and rumors were saying like, hey, Beau DeMayo might have actually got fired because one rumor was that he was a jerk to work with. Whatever, it's not a crime. It's Hollywood, you know. Another rumor was that somebody at Disney probably saw some of his OnlyFans stuff, which, according to other sources, you know, I ain't go look at it. It was non-explicit. So he might have been posting things, but it wasn't like X-rated from what I understand. So some people probably thought like, hey man, you working for Disney, like you can't be posting stuff like that anyway. Maybe. But nothing was hardcore, right? And nothing came from Marvel. So time has gone on. The show finished off. Everybody is praising it. People are like, yo, let's go with season 2. And I think we've all kind of talked about how season 2, even though Beau was not going to be a part of it, he at least wrote the script. So with him writing the script, it was kind of like, okay, listen, at least we still going to keep some of the seasoning on this show. You could bring somebody else in and direct the episode. It'd be fine. Season 3, we'll worry about that later. But then we found out that Marvel did hire a new writer. Now, this writer was going to take over, and he was going to write season 3. So that was the questionable part, right? But there were rumors. There have been rumors that Marvel is actually looking at rewriting some aspects of season 2. And that was kind of curious because I'm like, wait a minute. This man Beau DeMayo just gave y'all some hot fire. Why would you go unseason his food after he done cooked it to perfection, presumably? And now things are starting to fall in place, right? So remember I told you, X-Men 97, it has a 100% Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff. And by the way, remember that episode? Remember it? It got nominated for an Emmy, right? So the question is, if you get nominated for an Emmy, shouldn't the showrunner participate? Wouldn't the guy who literally wrote it, produced it, created it, should he not be a part of that celebration? So this is what was asked to Beau DeMayo. Yo, congrats on the nomination for your show that you created. Are you going to be a part of this? Beau DeMayo took to Twitter and said, to those asking, Marvel Disney has not reached out to arrange my attendance to the Emmys for the show I created. We shall see. My team has reached out. So this is an interesting question, though, because the question is, you know, if you did create something from scratch, it's not like you were, you know, it's not like Marvel, you know, directed it and or like had a script and you came in and touched it up. We're not talking about that. We're talking about like you came in with an original pitch, everything you see and all that stuff in X-Men 97, the ideas he came up with. Now, obviously, it was a team effort. Other people did it, but you wouldn't have those other teams if he did not come up with the concept and guide everyone along the way. And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was like, yo, would you invite your ex to your party? And I was like, you know what? I understand that, but I don't feel like that's the best analogy. I feel like this is a situation of more like yo baby daddy, yo baby mama. Yay, maybe y'all got some beef. It's understandable. Things don't always work out, but you do have a kid in the middle. And season 1 of X-Men 97, that's their child. That's like their graduation. You not going to invite the baby mama or the baby daddy to the graduation? And let's just say, you know what I'm saying? Like if Beau was the daddy and Marvel was the mama or whatever, let's just say they were both there together. It was working out for years. It was good. It was a good thing. And then they broke up later. Personally, I think that Marvel could and should have just invited him at least for that one season. At least. Now there's more information to come, but I think that it was reasonable to believe that for something you created and was the showrunner, meaning you're the top dog, you could at least get some recognition because literally the award is going towards your work. That's just my thoughts. And Beau DeMayo felt similarly. He said here, I created and produced it and was the entire creative point and leader on every aspect in stage or production. This is his thing. So fast forward, and we get to about yesterday, day before, and Beau posts this. Finally, I'm so grateful to have worked on X-Men 97, collaborating with some amazingly talented folks. Creating this revival was a dream come true. To the support fans have shown is so touching. However, I felt it pressing for me to speak up in the wake of leaving the show. So he posts this image, and it's an image of fan art of him as Cyclops. He posted this, I think back in June. This was an Instagram post or whatnot. It was for Pride Day or whatnot. All right. So after posting this, he goes on to say, oh wait, no, hold on. Because he did have another comment after. Hold on, let me grab it. Where is it? Okay, we'll go to the article. Okay. So this is what he posted. I don't have the link right now, but this is what he said after he posted that image. Above is X-Men fan art that I posted on Instagram for Gay Pride in June. On June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they stripped my season 2 credits due to the post. So, because of that Cyclops post back in June, Marvel was like, we're not giving you credit for season 2. Now, keep in mind, he already wrote season 2. Season 2 was done. It just needed to be polished up and animated and so on. But because he posted that, later on, he got that information, that letter from Marvel. So the question kind of comes up, and it's like, wait a minute, because something's not adding up. If you follow Beau DeMayo, you know he is an outwardly gay man, okay? This guy posts himself working out. He's allergic to shirts. It happens, okay? He works out. He's posting pictures of himself all the time. That picture of him as Cyclops is probably by far the least problematic issue that this man has ever posted, right? But people have brought up, rightfully so, he's posted other stuff like this before. Matter of fact, he posted a similar picture like that almost like months before that. So the question is like, yo, it can't be just the fact that you posted that image that now Marvel's like, nah, we not giving you credit. Because keep in mind, and some people were getting this mixed up, he did not get fired for posting that image. He got fired way before that. Which means something else happened that maybe that specific post triggered. So there's clearly more to the story here. But it's wild to me that they're taking away his credits. So they're basically saying when we see season 2, you probably won't see Beau DeMayo's name up there. Keep in mind what I just said earlier. They hired another person already, and that other person is probably watering down everything Beau did, and they're probably changing stuff up. So that probably has fed into this, right? But it's still not adding up. It's still not adding up. There he goes. So Beau also goes on to say, sadly, this is the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through while working on X-Men 97 and Blade. Keep in mind, he did work on Blade too. And he says, I'll have more to say soon, but must take a step back from social media to find a safer place for me to be out, proud, and nerdy. Stay tuned. Okay. So the troubling pattern that he's referring to, if you recall, this is what we just got done talking about with Disney, with the whole, allergy situation lawsuit. So once this news kind of came out, this is where Beau was really feeling some type of way and was just like, see, this is what's going on. They are, this is the pattern with Disney, right? So we have some more information because Marvel was like, nah, what you not gonna do is talk about us and be reckless on social media and have us not say nothing. Now, I want y'all to keep something in mind. Usually, when we talk about drama, it's usually, even if it's Marvel related, usually it comes from Disney. But this time, Marvel's getting involved. Marvel's issuing a comment at this point. This is a big difference. Again, Disney, they have some good stuff and they got some bad stuff. But the fact that Marvel's actually being like, hold up, wait a minute. This is big. So let's see what Marvel had to say here instead. So Marvel clapped back and they said that Beau DeMayo's behavior was the cause of his firing and for him losing his credits. Marvel said Mr. DeMayo was terminated in March of 2024 following an internal investigation, given the egregious nature of the findings. We severed ties with him immediately, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel. Yikes! Yikes! Egregious! The findings? Now, I have said before that, y'all know, after when we were watching X-Men 97, and I made a video about it, I was not doing a whole campaign, but I did put it out there, and I said, listen, Marvel, y'all gonna have a come to Jesus moment, and you are gonna have to rehire Beau DeMayo unless he did something illegal. Now, if he was cussing y'all out, if he was being a jerk, whatever. But if he did something illegal, then okay. But egregious, that sounds like something problematic. Let's get some more details because we do have details. Sources say that following his exit, an agreement was reached between the two parties over the issue of tweeting about the show, something that DeMayo had continued to occasionally do. In light of the breaches, his credit for season 2 was removed. While no details of the cause of the termination or the internal reviews have surfaced, sources say it involved sexual misconduct. Yikes. Yikes. So first of all, you have the situation of, and this makes sense, right? If you got fired, if you've been let go, they probably signed an NDA and they were like, yo, we're not going to talk about you. You don't talk about us. Totally makes sense, right? But Beau been out there in them Twitter streets. Beau has been out there on them social medias, and he was putting a lot of stuff out. Now, he wasn't talking about bad about Marvel or nothing. Now, he would kind of say things like, I don't know why Marvel would do this. I can't speak to this. So he'd be vague about it. But he kept tweeting and talking about the show. Now, I can understand how Marvel might be like, hey, man, we told you to stop talking about the show because we not together no more. Could you imagine breaking up with somebody and they still go on social media posting pictures about the time y'all went on vacation last year? That's the way it kind of feels like. So now, as you know, you're probably trying to move on with your life. You probably trying to, get back in the dating life, but you can't do that because your ex is posting y'all as if y'all still go together, but y'all don't. So it sounds like that was probably one of the reasons why his extra post of him as Cyclops probably has nothing to do with him being gay or nothing, but they were like, yo, we told you to stop posting. And maybe that was the trigger. Maybe. Oh, but sexual misconduct. What? Let's keep going. It says here, DeMayo was an avid social media user during his tenure at Marvel, sharing X-Men tidbits as well as shirtless pics of himself and even running the non-explicit OnlyFans account. But the reveal of an internal investigation points to deeper issues. This is the problem. It's the internal investigation. And of course, Beau DeMayo did come out to respond to this article. And he said the truth will be revealed after their Disney Plus disaster that we just talked about. Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic. It's come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. So, Beau is like, yo, Marvel going Marvel, Disney going Disney. And there's a pattern to this. But here's the problem. We got rumors from sources. I would say that the Snyder is a pretty reliable-ish, source. So take it with a grain of salt, but we have seen that he's been right more often, I think. So that's the only reason I'm bringing this up. But apparently Snyder has the deets on what went down with this sexual misconduct. And if this is true, yikes. It says here, Beau DeMayo allegedly sent nudes of himself in sexually suggestive hero poses to several young male staffers working on X-Men 97, saying that they could use it as inspiration. He also allegedly groped an assistant multiple times and emotionally, physically abusive to other staffers. Well, I mean, these are rumors. They both were reached out for comment. This is allegedly. If this is true, because we don't know Beau DeMayo's side. And with anybody, you're innocent until proven guilty. But if it's true, this man ain't working no more. Like, that's all right, bro. You got to go. If it's true. Now, he did say that, he was going to tell his side. There's always two sides to the story, and then there's the truth. So I'm more curious to hearing what he has to say, because this is the truth. 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 This is the truth these are a hell of an allegation to levy against somebody. And as I mentioned before, Marvel does not usually come out with stuff like this. Marvel usually does not beef with people like this. Disney will, because Disney's the parent boss company. Marvel don't really do that. So I'm almost inclined to believe that Marvel feels like they are really right about this decision. And if this is also true, Beau, I need you to stop, bro. Like, you was sitting here tweeting and stuff as if these allegations wasn't like they didn't have that draw 4 up their sleeve. You didn't know who they was messing with. Like, so we have one more clap back, because while Marvel clapped back, Beau DeMayo is going to clap back with his lawyer, because now he has a new lawyer, Brian Friedman. I think he was dealing with Johnny Depp. I think, don't quote me on that. But he said, having much experience with Disney, the playbook is always the same: family friendly on the outside, but secretly attempting to plant illegal, unconscionable items in contracts that silence the truth and stop the employee customer from asserting basic constitutional rights. Hold on, wait a minute, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Lawyer, sir. The constant tweeting seems to be the least of your concerns. I think you need to address the allegations. I think those are way more problematic, and they're probably more important for you to fight against than him tweeting a couple X-Men pictures here and there. Just non-legal opinion. He says here, as we will explain through detailed examples, which we will roll out in detail one by one, Disney's model is very clear and a repetitive illegal pattern. Once it gets challenged or exposed, the gaslighting and redirection of the blame toward anyone willing to tell the truth starts through an international, well-oiled publicity machine. He says here, Beau DeMayo wants nothing from Marvel Disney except the truth. The last part is an indication that legal action may be coming soon. I didn't hear you say one thing about them allegations, though. I mean, to pivot from a contract dispute of tweeting to egregious behavior and potential sexual misconduct, that's a hell of a pivot. That's a hell of a pivot. That's like saying, like, man, you was jaywalking, man. I'm gonna arrest you. Nah, by the way, you raped somebody. What? Those are two. A speeding ticket to murder? That's a big pivot. Listen, I'm gonna take the same road that I've taken with other celebrities in the past with legal issues. I'm gonna wait till all the information comes out and see what comes of it, because oh my gosh. So that is your over-encompassing. At least now you got the most of the story so far. This still is going to be a developing story with Beau DeMayo versus Marvel. Definitely unprecedented from what I've seen or that I can recall. But you guys let me know, how do you feel about these rumors, about the allegations? How do you feel about Marvel saying something? Do you feel like Beau DeMayo is being treated unfairly? Again, we can only go off of the information we know now, right? Like, what we know now might change completely different to something different, next week or the next day. We don't know, right? But whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. T-Mac, 0 black franchises, but we get Agatha and Echo. Well, we do have black. Well, Black Panther is still a black franchise. They just don't have Wakanda in there. So, man, you got Ironheart, Wonder Man, blah blah blah. I don't know, but we do have something. I just don't think it's handled well. I think there's a difference. Quiet one. I knew somebody had them receipts. Listen, everybody always has receipts. I mean, because it's a liability thing, right? Like Marvel just can't say out the air, oh, egregious behavior without literally doing everything in their power to protect and CYA. That's why an HR department exists. Okay, I've been telling y'all this from the jump too. HR is not your friend at any company. Don't care who or where you work at. HR is not there for you. I don't care how much they sit here and smile in your face and be like, we got your back. No, you don't. You are there to keep the company safe. You are there to protect the company from liability. So just quick fact, quick point for anybody. If you do have HR issues, don't go to your HR. Go to another company's HR. If you know a friend or somebody else, go talk to somebody else's HR to help you out if you need help. I mean, I'm not saying ignore HR. You're going to have to file what you got to file. But if you need advice, don't be like, excuse me, HR, I think my manager did something wrong to me. I promise you that HR is going to be like, Johnson, get all the files, scrub everything, bring the manager in. We're going to get our story together. They're not here for you. They are not here for you at all. They are here for the company, and that's it. So anyway, yeah, I do think that Marvel, whatever they have, again, we don't see Marvel get into drama like this. I think they got something. Receipts, probably more. Shogun, but why fire Beau DeMayo right before the show aired? Like, it makes him look even worse since there were more eyes on the show at that point. I think that depends on what they found, right? They're calling this egregious. Okay. They're saying that, I mean, sexual misconduct is not something that you play around with. So if Beau DeMayo did something very bad, there is no good or bad time to fire him. You just got to fire him if he did something wrong. And that should be the expectation at any company. You're not going to be sitting here being like, oh, well, Harvey Weinstein is raping and assaulting people. So you know what? Because we got a movie coming out, let's not get rid of him yet. You know what I mean? Like, if you find foul play, if it's true, you have to act. So I'm thinking that while it definitely was abnormal and it definitely was strange, if his behavior was that bad, they had to get rid of him if it was. So that's my assumption anyway. Quiet one. So that Cyclops picture was like taunting Marvel. It might be, maybe. Again, I mean, like, maybe we'll get more information, but for all we know, what if Beau DeMayo sent the picture of himself as Cyclops and he's kind of like, ha ha ha. I don't know. But listen, if he's innocent, I hope this man gets justice. If he's guilty, he needs to go away. Simple as that. Anyway, guys, hold on. Shogun, did they have to make his firing public though? So I don't recall Marvel ever making it public. It was the news outlets that made it public. So if I'm not mistaken, Marvel never came out and said, we're parting ways with, Beau DeMayo. That was not Marvel. So if anything, Marvel was following whatever their NDA was, which is, we're not going to talk about you. We're going to leave it. The real question is, why did Beau DeMayo keep posting? He's the one that kept posting about the show, and like, you would think if you go back and look at his tweets and stuff, you would think he was still part of the show. That's what I was talking about with my example. Like, you break up with your ex, but they keep posting pictures about y'all. You know, like people, who's gonna know that y'all not in a relationship no more? So I think Marvel was just kind of like, all right, enough is enough. You know, so whew, man, yeah. It's tough. It's tough. But I'm hoping we get more information. I'm hoping that we learn more so we can come to better judgments. I don't think we have enough information to figure anything out, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you so much for being patient with me. I appreciate you guys sticking around due to the Black Widow technical difficulties, you know. But we got through it. We got through it. I'll have to chop this up on a replay or something. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please make sure you go enter that contest when you get the chance. You know, it is on the I don't even have it right now. But yeah, please go enter the contest so you can get some free Fandango codes. Go watch some movies on me, or at least let me chip in. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend. You know the routine: wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, see ya and peace.